This is how you get relegated to the Championship, make £70 million, lose a lot of your key players, and still feel like you've done a decent job in the manager. Hey guys, and welcome back to the 11th episode of the FM23 West Bromwich Save with me, Raxo FM, where today we are back in the Championship and we're playing our first game against Rotherham. But first, we're going to go over all of the transfers that we have done, because we have done a lot of them. We have made £70 million, we've spent about £25 million worth of that, which means obviously we have a lot of money left in the account. If you are excited to find out what we're going to do with it, please make sure you do smash the like button on today's video, as well as subscribing to the Raxo FM YouTube channel so you don't miss more Football Manager content just like this. Can we please smash 20 likes for a bit of luck in this year's season? Yes, we're back down in the Championship. Yes, things aren't going too well, but we need the love. We need the love. It's all I can really say. And without any further ado, let's jump into the transfers, because I know that's what you will all want to be seeing. So let's tell you what has happened since last time we saw each other. I'm sure you got a big sneak peek, but it does actually start all the way back last season, because we made some early transfers. The first of which being Diangana has left the club for £2 million. Just a player that wanted to leave, was going to run out his contract, so we've ended up selling him for a pretty cheap fee. We've also managed to get rid of, back onto that screen, thank you very much, I guess I'm not clicking on them, Wallace had his transfer release clause activated for 7.5. It does annoy me that Nottingham Forest are, okay, good, they're actually in the Premier League. I thought they were in the Championship for a while there, but no, he has gone back up, that's good for him, and a tidy wee profit for us. Now I am just clicking on him, because we brought him in for 5.5, 7.5, 2 mil profit. We definitely got a better profit on other players, but can't complain about that too much when you have been relegated. Ethan Ingham has left the club for 250, and I believe we've signed a bunch of players in this wee bracket here. Yes, we have. Dylan Levitt is the first player to join the club. 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, decent wage. I did sign him when I thought that we were going to be in the Premier League next season, but still a decent signing, can't complain too much about that. Not the only free signing we made though. All of these are very good, very decent youngsters with good potentials, left, right and centre. So yep, happy to bring them into the club. Jamal Lascelles has joined the club for £28,000 per week. I feel like that's a really good fee for such an experienced player. Being able to go over to China recently, but of course got some serious Championship and Premier League experience. Great player to sign up and get on board. Now we've also managed to sign up Stephen Sessegnon as a bit of a rotation option. Comes in on a free again, only £6,000 per week. Very good deal for him. And Damari Gray joining the club from Everton, £23,000 per week. Not the best player of all time, I will admit, but he's going to be a decent rotation option and not paying him too much. So now we move on to what has happened in this actual season. Josh Onama has left the club for £8 million. Very happy with that after bringing him in on a free, so makes sense to sell him for that. Jed Wallace has left for 2.5, not too unhappy about that, sorry. Finson has left for 450, was that? Yep, 450, nice profit on him. Dowell has left the club for 3 mil, which again is a nice profit, don't mind that at all. Ledson has left the club for 300,000, I mean we brought them in on a free, so again nice profit. We've managed to loan out our man Getcher, who I still don't think I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's going to get some serious game time in the Bundesliga too to hopefully develop him. We've managed to get rid of O'Shea, and this is not one I desperately wanted to do, but I did kind of feel like he was maxing out his potential, wasn't going to get a whole lot better, and when £6.5 million was being hung in front of me, I thought, why not? And I do feel kind of bad about it, because he is a bit of a legend of the club, but realistically, he wasn't going to take us much further, so happy to cash in on him while I can. Van Hinkel's left for 2.5, again, a free transfer that we've managed to make a bit of money from. OK has left the club for 2 mil. He was not happy here at all. He was also on a massive wage of about £40,000 per week, and he was going to run down his contract. So I'm happy to get 2 mil for him, especially considering the fact he kept rejecting transfer offers. Nathan Phillips I'm not happy with. We got a bid for £3.2 million for him. He rejected it and then came to tell me that he wanted to run down his contract. So immediately I put him on the transfer list after that. and managed to sell him for about half what I could have sold him for, but still a decent profit. Can't complain too much about that. But this is the one that kills us. Rasmus has left the club, and I think we all expected it to happen. We have actually held on to some players I really did not think we'd be able to hold on to, but for £28.5 million, it's a great profit, but it is gutting to see him leave. Yeah, if we stayed in the Prem, I don't think he would have left, but yeah, he's a good player. He's too good for the Championship. Instantly worth an insane amount of money. No surprises that he's been sold, so good luck to him. We've also sold Gardner Hickman, who I've been trying to sell for ages, for £950,000. Furlong has left the club for £3.2 million. Again, another one that I feel like he wasn't really progressing the club anymore. A great player, a club legend, but getting on, not doing a whole lot for us anymore. So I've managed to sell him for 3.2. And the final sale is Nicolo Casale. Happy that I don't have to try and pronounce that name anymore. But his activated release clause was activated for £9.75 million. Again, another very good profit for us, but kind of disappointing to see a first team member leave the club. But I have brought in some decent players to replace them. First one being John Aribo, who I feel like is at this level and really was a bargain. £775,000 and comes in at just £30,000 per week. Able to play in a bunch of different positions. Love the versatility. Love his stats. 19 first touch and 15 dribbling. Definitely stands out. I think he's a decent signing. Cannot complain. The next one I brought in as soon as we got rid of what's his name? The centre back from that went to Nottingham Forest. Harwood Bellis. Yep. As soon as we sold him for 7.5, I was looking for a new signing, and this man popped up for 7.5 mil. It just worked out perfectly, and I would say he's better. I would actually go as far to say he's better. He comes in from Toulouse for obviously £7.5 million up front, no potential add-on fees. Played really well in the league last year, and they got relegated, so he had a release clause that I activated, and now he's going to be one of the best players in the entire league. What a signing this man is. Already worth a whole lot more. Made sure there is a really big release clause in there if he needs one, so chuffed with that signing. Our next one I'm also chuffed with, another one that I did bring in when we were still in the Premier League as a pre-contract expiry, hence the massive wage. But 4-star current ability, 27 years of age, free transfer, cannot complain. Playing very well in the Turkish league last year, so welcome to the club, Amir. I think he's a great signing for us. Next one, Brewster. And although he's only considered to be 3-star current ability, at 24 years of age, this man I feel like is such a good pickup for only £7 million. Could eventually rise to 10.5, but even that is a very good fee for someone that's already worth much more than that. £50,000 per week is a whole lot in the Championship, but I think he's going to bag so many goals in for us. I think he's going to be our star player, so I'm more than happy to welcome him to the club. He's got the stats. He's so much better than Dike, and Dike was the top goal scorer last time we were in the Championship. If we compare the two, it's night and day, so I'm so happy to bring him in. I think he's going to be decent, and another player that's going to be decent is Billy Gilmore. We know all about him. He was here last time we were in the Championship on loan. This time we brought him in for just £9 million. Could eventually rise to 16, but even that, of course, is a great fee for this player. Able to play in DM or central midfield. Really nice potential. 23 years of age. Going to be a rotation / starter for us. Really low wage. I feel like this one was a really decent buy, and I'm very happy with the signings that we've made. And we still have £43 million left in the tank. A couple of players that could still be leaving. Lafont is getting a lot of transfer offers, but his release clause is quite high, 18.75, considering the fact that he's worth £12 million. So I'm pretty confident we'll be able to keep a hold of him. Somehow, we haven't gotten rid of Holgate, who I actually wouldn't mind selling because he's got such a high wave. Release clause of 2.5 mil. Who else? Cantwell, not happy at the club, but pretty big release clause. I don't think it's going to be activated, so happy to keep him around. We've also got an injury to Ryder at the moment, who is still at the club. Very, very decent release clause, but no one seems to be interested in him at all. And I'm very happy if it stays that way because I want to keep a hold of him. And last but not least, Almada, again, same situation. Decent release clause, around his value, but no one seems that interested, so I think we might get away with keeping these boys. They have huge wages, £78,000 per week and 66, I believe. So it's a bit of a gamble to keep them at the club. I think it's probably the best for the future because I do absolutely back us to go straight back up to the Premier League. The season preview predicts that we're going to finish in 3rd place, but I actually want to finish top of the table. I can't see us with this team struggling all that much against teams like the team that we're versing today, Rotherham. I mean, maybe the Burnleys, the Watfords, all those kind of teams we might have some hiccups against, but I really do back us, and this is the team that we're going with for the first game of the season. Of course, I'd love to have Almada and Ryder, and if we did have them, I would probably be playing a Rebo on the bench, Ryder out, Almada out here, Cantwell on the right hand side, and Ryder at the CDM spot with probably just putting Gilmore onto the bench, to be honest. I do think it is a very decent team. Got great depth in defence, although losing Cassell's it wasn't ideal, but I am looking to bring in Van Heek on loan, who I think I'm probably going to sign at the end of it because he's only going to be £5 million, which is a bit silly because I could buy him right now for 3.8. Maybe I should just do that, actually. Yeah, maybe I should, because I'd be paying very low wages if I brought him in on loan, but then I would have to pay more in the long haul. And I do think I'd just buy him at the end. Yeah, no, I'm going to change that. I'm going to absolutely change that. Just sign him on the value that, okay, well, I'll do it after this game. But he's going to be a very good player for us, and an absolute bargain at £3.8 million. But for now, we've got Holgate starting, Lascelles on the bench. Let's go through it. It's Lafont, Zortia, Holgate, a new man who I'm going to have to learn how. Oh, Anthony, easy. Anthony at left centre back, Bertrand, Gilmore, Amir, I think it was, Ceballos, Aribo. Then we've got Cantwell and Brewster, Griffiths, Lascelles, Terzic, Levitt, Gray, Grant, and Dike on the bench. Very, very stacked team. I'd argue we have actually improved our team, but realistically, we have created a lot of, sort of holes where we did have players that we did want to keep around, but of course they were sold out of our control. But I think we've strengthened in ways apart from those holes, and I do think we've brought in players that are just as good in different ways. Obviously we'd love to have Rasmus still around, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and realistically it's always going to be a difficult task to keep a player like that at a championship club when he's got a decent release clause. So can't expect too much, but we can expect a lot from today's game, and we can expect a lot from this season. Let's hope we start with a massive win here. The tactic is sticking the way it was when we were doing well in the Premier League, so I don't see any reason why it wouldn't do a great job down in the Championship too. It's also not that high intensity, well, not as high intensity as the actual Gegenpress, so it might mean that with the massive amount of fixtures we have in this league, we might survive and might not get too tired as we have the first opportunity of the season. I don't know how that's really considered did I miss something? I feel like that wasn't that insane of a highlight, but Bertrand has the corner. Don't imagine we're going to do too much from it, but it's get whipped in, headed away at the front post. Cantwell picks it up, tries to go past the defender, cannot do so, and we end that highlight with 2 shots to the 0, 51% possession. Would love to see us get a couple more shots on target though, with 0 of them at the moment, although they've got 2 shots on target and an XG of 0.01, so obviously not all about that, but I'd love to see us score at some point very soon. In fact, I'm going to move to a positive mentality because we are the better of the 2 sides here, and maybe we should be playing like we're the better of the 2 sides in these games, because we are absolutely better than the teams we're versing. So an attacking mentality and a more attacking formation might not be the worst thing to do. So I'm going to tell them I'm not happy with that performance so far. And I am going to do exactly that. We have the ability. We have the players. Let's do it. Okay. Let's get Gilmore into there. Can Ceballos play cam? I feel like he should. He cannot. He can play wing though. Let's chuck him on the wing. Yeah, you can still say as an inside forward. And Cantwell can go into that cam position. I don't feel the need to actually make substitutes right now because I feel like those roles are all working very well. So let's mix it up. Let's try that. Positive mentality. I think it will go well in the second half with 40 minutes of play left to play and a highlight straight away in the second half. In for a corner, headed away. Are we going to pick it back up, or are they going to have a counter-attacking opportunity? Running down this left-hand side, trying to find a player in the mixer. I think this is going to be their highlight. No, Rebo takes it off them, but they get it straight back in the mixer. Getting a shot away leading to a corner, not exactly what we want to be seeing, and substitutes is certainly calling my name, but I'm I'm controlling myself, making sure I don't make any rash decisions based off the way that players have been, I'd say, underperforming here. But we could always take it back down to my tactic. Can't judge the players too harshly this early on, so we will be into them for now. Levitt's going to come on for his debut. Do we switcheroo? Oh no, I think Levitt will be fine as the deep line playmaker. And I'll bring... Ooh, Bruce is not playing great. Aribo. I never backed Aribo, to be honest. No, I did actually. I thought he would be decent. But I'm going to bring Gray on the right-hand side, who was meant to be just a rotation player. But he could do a very good job in this game. So we'll give him the chance, see how he does. Hopefully this highlight is going to involve him as Cantwell picks it up on the left-hand side. Loses it instantly. But of course our man Amir picks it up in the midfield. Gray's on the ball. Plays it into Holgate. Holgate holds it up. Plays it into our man Joseph. Was it Joseph? I don't think it was Joseph. Anthony picks it up, but eventually it goes through to their goalkeeper. If we win this knockdown though, of course it can be our attacking highlight. Levitt does. Ceballos into Cantwell. Cantwell trying to find a pass, finds Gray, and Gray slots it home. I mean, this man, I told you I wanted him to be involved, and he scored our first goal of the championship. What a substitute. What an impact he's made. And I'm already thinking about making some more substitutes because clearly they're hungry to impress. Grant is going to come on. Ceballos is going to come off. And we're going to bring Lascelles on for our man Anthony in the centre-back position. I feel like it might be Anthony because he's French. But I'm still going with Anthony because I'm worried that I'm mispronouncing it and just incorrect by saying Anthony. So we're going Anthony for now. 10 minutes to go. We need to hold on to this lead, but I'd love it if we could add to it, because we really should. Brewster's going to come off, Dike's going to come on. Dike's probably saying, what on earth do I need to do to get a starting spot in this team? He was the player of the year last season. He literally was the top goal scorer in the championship the year before. This is his ballpark, and he can't even get a start now. I do feel kind of bad for him, but obviously Brewster should be scoring goals left, right and centre for us. Unfortunately, it's not quite gone that way in this game, but if we can score from this corner, 2-0 win looks a lot better than a 1-0 win. Dike's in. It comes to Grant. Is it going to be ruled out? I thought it was. Yeah, nah, it's out. Oh, it's offside. Unfortunate because a 2-0 win would have looked a whole lot better. But a 1-0 win is still a 1-0 win. It's enough to get us the 3 points, which is exactly what we need in the first game of the season. And I think it's what we're going to get. Lafontaine to Lascelles, into Amir, Levitt, playing it over to Gray, trying to find an attacking opportunity, but we're just holding on to the ball. We're not too worried as long as they don't have it. Holding on to the 3 points that we do have. As Gray runs down the wing, he's going to whip it in. Doesn't find anyone. I think that's probably going to be about all she wrote. I can't see them getting one more attacking opportunity. I think we're just seeing the final whistle being blown for complete confirmation of this win here. Doubt there's going to be a real highlight unless they manage to find something here. Cantwell wins it back. Full-time whistle was blown, and 3 points to lead us off for the season. I mean, I'm not complaining too much about that. It does make me a little nervous about the tactical approach that I'm going with. I definitely think 4-3-3 in some variation is the way to go. Oh, Gilmore's picked up an injury. That is very annoying. Yeah, maybe the tweak of the tactics would be an intelligent decision, considering these are the tactics against massively better teams than us. So when we are the better of the two sides, might be better to go back to that more direct. Maybe don't hit early crosses. Basically just the normal gegenpress that would go with. So let's give that a whirl for our next game. And against Watford, it might be one of the real opportunities to have a banana skin situation. Because I do think that they'd be still considered to be one of the better of the sides. Yeah, 4th place predicted. So definitely up there. But I'd still back us. I still think we're going to win. And of course, we're going to make a lot of signings off camera. Hopefully. I've still got my eye on... Oh, now I can actually do it. Still got my eye on that centre-back. Still got my eye on a couple of other players. Ben Johnson, hoping that this transfer fee comes down. I hope I've seamlessly edited that, but I've sneezed and I won't remember to unedit it. Ben Rama's in there too. Chowdhury, we were pretty tempted to sign, but ended up deciding not to because we were bringing in Gilmore, which I kind of regret now because we've got an injury to him. But let's sign this man up straight away. He definitely needs to be in. Oh, okay, I need to simulate a day, but I'll do that on camera just so that you see the proof in the pudding that we are making that offer. We are probably going to pick him up, as even though he's only 3-star current ability, I think I guess we're going to make this offer off camera. Yeah? Yeah, okay. No, wait, due to the fact that an offer for the player has already been accepted and then withdrawn. Oh, for goodness sake, we're going to have to wait ages, aren't we? That's just cheeky, isn't it? They're not letting us sign him because he's going to start for us too. Oh, that's very annoying. And now Johnson's getting offers. Come on, let us make it. Let us make the offer, please, please. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh well. For now, we're ending it there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you have enjoyed it. Obviously, we are going to be simulating a lot off camera because it is the championship. We want to get straight back to the prem. So subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later.